let's make a screen recording. Pretty easy to do. Might want to do this if you're ever thinking about flipping a classroom, or you've got a set of instructions that you want to show your students, or anyone else for that matter. The way I do my screen recording is I use the QuickTime Player. So find the QuickTime Player on your computer. Mine's way down at the bottom at the bar. And when you click on that, you have some options. Normally what you would do is you would open up a file, but for this case, when you click on File here and you get to this screen, we're going to do a new screen recording. So this is what you want to select. You have some other options that you can do as well. But since this is just for a screen recording, this is the one that you want to do. Once you click that, you have your screen recording little window will come up right in the middle of the screen. And when you're ready to go, you just hit the button, the record button in the middle. And you'd think that that would be it and you'd be ready to go, but in fact there's one other step. You get this message that comes up, and so you can click anywhere to record the whole screen, or you can drag any part of the screen that you'd like to record. When you're done, at the very top you have this stop button that's right here, and when you're finished with your recording, that's what you do. You just press that stop button and you have your window that comes up that shows your screen recording. Now at the top where it says the QuickTime Player, again click on File and Save, just like you would any other document, and whatever you want to name it as, there you go. So mine comes up by default on the desktop. You can save it on the desktop so you know where it is, move it to another file later on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use iMovie and the next part of the video to show how you can edit your videos and then very easily upload it to YouTube, or you can save it, upload it to a Google Drive. When you do make your videos, just make sure that you have everything ready to go, because you want it to go as smoothly as you can. Alright, so I'll see you in the next part. Okay, great. Now that we have our video that's done, what we want to do is we want to edit it, and we want to just kind of add some personalizing touches just to make it a little bit better and more appealing. So what I do is I use iMovie. It comes right with the Mac, so it's fairly simple to do. So once you click on that, you end up with this screen, and if you've never done this before, you don't have anything that's here. I've got a couple of them, and it starts off the same way. We just click on this big plus sign, and what we want to do is we want a movie. And when we do that, it's asking for us to import our media. And so once we get our media, it'll come up here. We can drag everything down here, and we can add different video clips, and we can add sound and add different transitions and text and things like that. So we need to get our media. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the desktop, and I've got my videos in this folder here, and I'm just going to take a couple that I've already used before. So I'm going to click on this one and this one, and I'm going to import these. And so these are the different videos that can now be imported, and you just drag them down here. And you can pick as many as you like, or as few as you'd like. And it's really as simple as you just take this and you just drag it down. And then you take this one and you drag that one down. And so now we've got our two videos that are here. Now this is the whole video, and it's actually quite long, but it's compressed into this small section. So you can either use your regular zoom in and out, or you can use this button over here. And why would you want to do that? Because now you can see the little auditory, the audio levels that are over here. You get a little bit more detail. You can slide all the way through. You can see the combination for both of these video clips together is just about 18.5 minutes. And there's the end of it over there. And if we look, we can find, here's the gap, the connection between the two. So now that you have these together, you can always hit this button over here to play. This is kind of like the preview button, and you'll see it playing as it's going. You can also move this slider anywhere, and when you click like this to hold it there, you can press play and it will start right from that spot. So that's kind of nice. There's a lot of other features that are up here, but I'm just going to go through a few of the basic ones just to get you started. What you may want to do is you may want to add in some sort of titles. And so you have some options that are at the top over here. So we've got our media one, we've got audio, we've got titles, backgrounds, and then transitions. So I'm going to go to the titles one, and you have a bunch of different choices for these. Like you can scroll through and you can see there's all kinds of ways that you can add in text. If you want to see what it looks like, when you just click over here and you drag across, it shows the preview on this part of your screen. So like this one says reveal lower third. What would that look like? You just see how it kind of just comes in. This one says expand. What would that look like? Well, it just kind of expands when it comes in. Whichever one that you'd like, you just take and drag and put it where you want it to. There you go. By default, once it comes up, or when you put it down here, you'll have this option to click the text. And that's what you do. Literally just double click on it right up here. And you have, I'll just do like Command A, and you could put in your video title, whatever it is. And then it's done. And so now, if you were to play your video title would come up, and then it would go right into the other part that you've recorded. Now, you might not want to have it just go abruptly from this and then end. So what you can do is you can use your transitions. And again, you've got all kinds of choices for these different transitions. Some of the common ones that you've seen before, these are classic, like fade to black. So, you've got some video and then it kind of fades out, right? Fade to white, that's what you want to do. I like this one too, the cross dissolve, or like open with a circle. There you go. Let's use that one. So let's say that you wanted to go from your title down here into the video. We can just grab this one and it goes right in between. So there you go. So we've got our title, whatever it is that you've chosen, and then opening up to your actual video that you recorded, you've got this circle that opens into the video. That's really great. If you want this to be longer, like you want it, right now it's only for 3 seconds, you just press and hold down and you can make this as long as you want. So now we've made it so it's 5.5 seconds. Maybe if you have more text to give people more time to read it, then you can do that. Maybe at the end of your video, you may want to add in another text. So we'll go back to the titles, and maybe now you want to grab this one, put it in over here, and maybe you want something like, oh, I grabbed it twice, it looks like it. Let's get rid of that. Let's try it again. You want to do something like, thanks for watching. Ta-da! And so then when you're done at the end, you've got your thanks for watching that comes up. You can also put in another transition for fading to black or something like that at the very end. So let's slide all the way back over to the beginning. Another nice thing that you can do is you can use different audios, and you've got these folders that are up here. So you've got different effects, sound effects, and then you've got these by different categories. And you can just add them right in. Again, if you want to see what it sounds like ahead of time, you can open up like the jingles, and it gives you all these different options for different music. And notice it's got a little play button that goes in front of it. So if you do that, you can get a sample for what it will sound like, and it tells you the sound duration, right? It tells you the genre that you're in and how long it is. And if you just press this, you'll get a nice little sampling of what that sound is like. And whichever one that you like, let's see if we can find, jingles are like songs. So here's one. You may or may not like this one. But what you can do is you can, again, just like before, you can take it and you can drag it so that it lines up. Here we go. So now when this is going on, you've got some of that music that would be playing when your video is playing. Now, the other thing that you may want to do is, if you want this playing as like background, you got this little arrow over here. You can click on it and you can drag the volume level. So it's 10% all the way up to whatever it was before. So if you have it as background, you probably don't want it very loud, because you want to hear whatever is being said with the other parts of your video. You can also take, when you have the double arrow like this, and you can shorten it. So if it's too long, maybe it's at the very end of your video, you don't want it to just keep running out, you want it to end where the video ends, you can do that. This little button, little dot that you can see, notice how it changes the arrows just very slightly. That's to fade. So if you click that one, you can drag it out. So now it doesn't end abruptly, but the volume slowly gets less towards the end of your video. So those are some of the basic features that I use all the time. By the way, you can add more than one of the titles and different audio. Maybe you have this song that's playing, but you wanted some other like sound effects, so stingers are kind of funny. So like you wanted this cartoon boing, right? You can bring that in and you can put it to a different spot. And so that one's very short, it's only a second. So you can have your background music that's playing, and when you get to this point, you might end up wanting to hear that extra sound. So there you go, you'd have that little boing as you go. Let's do this. Let's go back to the jingles. And let's find, here's another one, which is not the same as the Havana that we have at the bottom. Let's drag this one down over here and put it as close as we can. There we go. So again, this is going to be too loud. It's at 100%. We want it as background, so we'll bring that one down, maybe 10%. I'm not sure what this one sounds like, but that would be something that you could do. Sample. Let's say that you wanted to keep this running throughout the whole thing, right? This is kind of long, 18.5 minutes or so. But you can, just like you would with anything else, you can actually copy this one if you wanted to, and then you can paste it next to it, and it keeps it at the same volume. So now we're at here at this other one, we can paste another one, and we can keep pasting them along. That way there you can have like a nice running musical background sound as you're going through. It makes your video, I think, in my opinion, just a little bit more appealing. Oh look, here's the gap that we have between this first video that we recorded and the second one. So maybe let's go back to transition, and maybe we want to cube in between those. So if we look at our sample video over here, here it comes, and then when they get to this part, it flips. Let's do a little slower. See that? It flips to the other video. So that's kind of the gist of what you can do. There's a lot more features that are involved with the iMovie, but just basically what you can do is drag in the videos that you have. You can add audio clips, sound effects, whatever is available, and there's quite a bit available for in each of these little folders. Add in different titles. You can also add in titles any other place too. Like if we wanted to do this one, maybe we wanted to put this is very interesting, and it's on a white background, so that's not going to be too good. So we'll just highlight this and change the color, make it black, and X that out. There you go. So now as you're going through, you've got this very interesting piece that comes up that maybe highlights one part of your video that you're putting together over there. So that's what you get to do. You get to play around with this, adding in different transitions, different titles, audio, just some basic features, but it's a good place to get started to maybe either flip your classroom or have some set of instructions, or just creating some sort of video of your choice. Once you have your video to where you think it's about ready to go, you can always preview it full screen too. So this little button over here will do that for you. So if you click on this, it'll start it right from the beginning, and then you have your video as it's playing. Hitting escape will come right back to that. We're going to pause it, and then I'm just going to go right to the end again. Again, you can keep adding other videos to it, or you can add in something else to end it, like a thanks for watching title or something like that. You definitely want to save it too, so an easy way to save it is you just go into this projects button, and when you go to the projects button, there'll be a window that comes up that you can just type in whatever you want it to be. So no different than when you save anything else. Once you're done with your project, you want to upload it, or you want to save it as a file name or something like that. And when you click on File, you have this option to share it. And so what you can do is, if you can go right to your YouTube account, there's mine, or you can save it actually as a file. They tend to be very big, especially if you start to put in different video with audio and different images and text and background, and they can get very large. If you do upload it to YouTube, there are some settings on YouTube that it's going to ask you for. You'll get a little window over here, a little timer. It can take a long time depending on how long the video is. It can take an hour or more if you've got a video that's very long, so be patient with it. So there you go. Again, just some basic features that you can use to get started for making a nice screen recording video. Thanks for watching.